Hi, and welcome to Take Me to the River's YouTube channel. Welcome back. Come often. Subscribe, tell your friends. This week, we are featuring Dirty Dozen Brass Band, since they are featured on our next single, Aaron Neville's Stompin' Ground. Also featuring George Porter Jr. and Ivan Neville. The single will drop January 28th. It's our second single from Take Me to the River, New Orleans. We are so excited for you to hear it. There'll be a special 60-second teaser after an introduction to Dirty Dozen Brass Band. I love Dirty Dozen. They are my favorite brass band of all times and of New Orleans bands. Cannot wait for you to see my friends, Dirty Dozen Brass Band. Is there one, I call it adaptation, because you guys don't really cover songs. You take a song and you make it your own. Is there one that is a favorite of yours that you all do?
I like to play Use Your Brain.
What we did was you got 8 different individuals. Each one of us has an input. So it was whatever kind of music that you like best. Brought it to the band, and if we could reproduce it or do some facsimile of it, it was done. From, Marvin Gaye to Weather Report, Brecker Brothers, it didn't matter what the music was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the baritone comes in first. He go bop, 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 and then we come in the second one, bop, bop, bop. Ba-da-da-da. All right, I'm just saying, flow man. Well, I want to keep the flow man. Now we can do, we do it our way, it's going. All right, well let's go. Ready?
So you're taking a bop, bop, that?
Yeah.
So how we gonna bop, 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 ba-da-da, bop, 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 ba-da-da, bop, 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 ba-da-da.
What you doing?
Right down like that. Do it.
Which one you want? Which one you right here?
Oh, where you?
You on the door there?
My eight,
I'm under that one.
my eight B flat.
Sound like
B
yeah.
flat.
So which one you want? The E flat or the C?
Probably G to E
All
flat.
right.
The thing about the Dirty Dozen, what made the Dirty Dozen so different from most of the brass bands, first of all, we was playing bebop, avant-garde, rhythm and blues, rock and roll, just about everything you can think about, But we brought this music to the streets. Nobody never did that before. Also, we was playing also traditional New Orleans music. Then we started playing the music of Michael Jackson, then the music of Thelonious Monk and Charlie Parker, and Jimmy Forrest and Duke Ellington. So we brought this music to the streets with that New Orleans beat, and tempo slightly picked up. Traditional New Orleans music is kind of laid back. It's not too fast, it is not too slow. So you can move whatever way you want to move. But like when we hit the scene, we picked the beat up. And I used to always, when I used to do interviews, I used to tell people all the time, I say, if you go into a second line where the Dirty Dozen is playing, make sure you got your jogging suit on and your tennis shoes. And if you have a weight problem, after 4 hours, you're gonna be a little lighter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
like taking the music to the jam band world? Like those tours that we did, you know?
Well, actually, the jam band world
Came to us.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. You were the ultimate jam
Yeah,
brass
yeah,
band.
I was
Where's
gonna
the
say
Grateful
that.
Dead
That's a jam
tie-in?
brass band.
No, let me ask this. What is the Grateful Dead connection?
Bill Graham was that connection. So that was back in the 80s, and a lot of at that time, he and other promoters were looking to change what they had going on with their show. So I don't know if he called us out in San Francisco area, somewhere out in California, whatever. But our management was out there. Mike Kappas with the Rosebud Agency. So Mike Kappas was tied into all of that. So he presented the idea. Hey, why don't you all try this instead of adding another blues band or adding another rock and roll band? Try this. They came out to the show, and unbeknownst to us, they were checking it out. And then, before we knew it, we were added to a Grateful Dead, a couple of Grateful Dead shows out at the Kaiser Auditorium, in Oakland. And once we participated in that scene, and it was a scene. Once we participated in that, that opened, another door, provided another avenue for us to do stuff.
Yeah, let me hear that one part because the first chorus has the shorter.
Yeah, it's two on the first da 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 da, and then come back da 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 then da 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 da.
Right. Okay, cool.
Go
So that's
halfway
it.
through.
Let's try that first change, the short change. 2, 3, and. Oh, does that twice? Hold on. Now I got it.
No, you're right. It don't go to that
And the one
way.
to do that.
It's the third. It's the second one
So
that
that's
does
the
that.
last time it does that. And the last one.
You want to leave that pickup note in there because it seems like that pickup note is throwing it slightly off.
Yeah, I don't think we need it. It's kind of one of those things where
It sounds like it should like a hit
just
right
come
on
right
it.
in on that G, the G concert. Cool. And you want to try the last one, which is 3? All right.
All right.
Let's do the last one, which is 3 times. 2.
I mean, and you see that camera right there?
Yeah, that's the FBI.
That's the one. I already told it, stay out of my business. Just like I told, no, that's the other one. No, you see? Oh, yeah, it's the other one. I told him too. I mean, let's see who. Somebody was having a private conversation over there. That was Cyril and Ian. And he just eavesdropping all in the conversation, sticking his nose all in it and all. And I told him about that. You better watch that.
Well, traditionally, the brass band rhythm section, the drum section consists of 2 players, the bass drum player and the snare drum player. Fast forward a bunch of years from when they first started, I joined the band in around 95, and they wanted to incorporate the drum set into their touring capacity and recording. We did some recordings. And, people were saying, after we recorded the first record, they were saying, you guys ruined the tradition. But, with respect to the tradition, musically they had already flipped the script. They had already pushed the envelope. So they were just thinking ahead and pushing the envelope even further. So that when I came in, I brought my drum set skills to the table. And, I absorbed what they were already doing, and I just incorporated into my style, which helped me to grow and develop as a musician even better, because these dudes are institutions. I mean, everybody who comes through Dirty Dozen brass band
End up being successful.
They have successful careers.
Yeah. And that makes me happy,
Yeah, so I mean...
What about that kickback? What's that?
No kickback, because your checks come to my house. But the thing is, it's great. And like I said, one of the reasons I took the gig, not because of the heritage and the tradition, but because of the exposure that I would have gotten by joining the band. And they wanted to go further, doing like bigger concert tours and arenas and stuff, like joining cats like the Black Crowes and Rochford Panic, and they were doing bigger places. So they wanted to have a stage band and a stage presence that would compete, with those arenas. And they added a drum set, guitar, and the music and the keyboard. The music and the spirit was still intact. that never dissipated.
And we still sustained though.
And it still sustained it. And actually the audiences grew, from
but
that.
actually, see, like, to add to what he's saying, when Terrence came into the band, it did up the skill level of the drums, of the percussion, the drumming that was going on. So then we had to up our, skill level to come up to, now we got another kind of drum. It wasn't just a snare drum and bass drum. Snare drum and bass drum that we had, those two guys, they came a long, long way. They were far ahead of what traditional brass band drummers were doing. But then when it was time to make that change, and we went to the kit drum, and that was Terrence. Not only was it just a kit drum, he brought a certain skill level to it that made us have to up our game.
I was born in the southern land. That's where I became a man. My roots was down in New Orleans. The birth of jazz and the voodoo queen. From the heart of Louisiana, Marie LaBeau and Mojo Hannah. I grew up on the music of the streets, singing line bands and Indian beats. Whoa, that's where it's going down, back on my stomping ground.